Hi, Matt Deegan here, and in today's Speedy session, I'll be talking through automation in Arrangement View in Ableton Live 10. Click this button here to turn automation on. The shortcut is A, so if you click that, it turns it on and off. From the drop down, choose what you'd like to automate. Anything on the track that can be automated will show up. So if I add an effect, if I add, let's say, a delay onto this channel here, and then I can select the delay, and all the parameters below here, these are all the parameters that you can change. So they've shown up here, and then we can start automating them. By default, Ableton will select the last used parameter. So if I clicked on feedback, you can see that it's changed to feedback. If I clicked on dry wet, it's changed it to dry wet. This is the automation line. So this is 50% at the moment. If I wanted to change and add automation, if I just click, you get these nodes, and then you can drag the nodes up and down. And you can make multiple nodes, and you can move them left and right as well. So you could create a relatively complex automation lane if you wanted. It's also possible to use the draw mode. So if you press B, then you turn into draw mode, and you can simply draw your automation in if you wish. To move sections of automation, highlight the area, shift click and drag. So I'm going to highlight this area here. I'm going to shift and click, and then I'm going to drag, and you can see it's moving the automation, and it's not deleting the other automation, it's just moving it on top of it. So I can't move it up and down because shift basically locks it in position, so you can just move it left or right, which is super handy because it's very easy otherwise to accidentally change your automation and suddenly you're all over the place like that. Using Command C and Command V, I can also copy and paste the automation further along the same channel. So now I've highlighted that area, Command C, and I'm going to drop that just in there, and you can see it's replicated it exactly. So you can do the same from copying from one channel to another. So I've still got that on my clipboard. So if I go down here to this automation lane and I press Command V, then it's going to pop it in there for me. With automation for multiple parameters on the same channel, use the plus button on the automation lane, so that's this one, and it basically adds an automation lane with your automation in it. So you would choose what you want to go in there. If I go back to my delay, and then I wanted to add, say, some automation for the feedback, so if I click on that, so it's highlighted that one for me, and then I'm going to use the draw mode just to draw some automation in. Okay, and then I can add that by clicking on add, and now you can see you've got both automation lanes, so you can edit them at the same time, and you can also see both of them at the same time, which is super useful. It's possible to record automation live. So to record automation, firstly you need to arm the track. So if I go over here and I arm the track, and then I went to record, so you can see it's starting to record here, and now I can start playing with the automation here, and you can see it's adding, so it's changing my delays for me. And it's adding automation in there. It's also possible to move from one parameter to another in Ableton whilst recording. So for instance, if I added another effect, so let's just chuck an echo on there. And then if I start recording again, so let's record from here, and if I start moving my automation, so that's the left and the right one, and then I change to the feedback, and you can see that it's changing over to the feedback, so it's just here, it's changed over to the feedback. So then when I've stopped, if I go into the feedback, and I can add that feedback channel down here, and then if I move to, so it's on the echo, and I could go down to the delay division, and then I could move that. And you can see what I've recorded now, so that's everything that I've recorded. As you can see, anything that has recorded automation will have a red dot next to it. So all of these have got red dots because they're the ones I've been recording on. When recording, if the track is armed, it will record over the previous recording. To avoid this, open the preferences, so that's with Command and comma. Navigate down to the Record, Warp and Launch tab and select the Record Session Automation In. Now if you click on that, it will go to all tracks, so that means I can now undo this. So that means it's not going to record over the MIDI, it's just going to record the automation. So if I go back onto here, and you can see it's not actually recording MIDI now, and it's going over the bit that I've previously recorded, and now I can start changing another automation parameter, whatever I want to change, and it's not going to affect the actual recorded notes. If you want to deactivate the automation, just double click on it, and if the automation gets deactivated and you want to reactivate it, you can just press this Return to Automation button here. If you go to any automation parameter, so if we click on this one here, so this is the feedback, you can see it says Show Automation in New Lane, And here you can also delete the automation. So if I want to delete the automation, I can just click on that and it's gone. The shortcut for that is clicking on it, pressing Command and Delete, and that will delete the automation for you. So it's also possible to delete a portion of the automation by selecting it and pressing Backspace or Delete. So there you go. Okay, that's it for this Speedy session. See you next time, and remember to like and subscribe for weekly Ableton tutorials.